Thankfully, we got hunting gene traders from Villain here. Click news. Okay, there it is. Interesting. Limited time article. I wonder if it was accidentally posted. Usually we get to see but okay, here we are. Let's check it out. So we got Age of Apocalypse. The apocalypse is nigh as we approach the onset of Marvel Champions, the card game's latest expansion. Age of Apocalypse campaign, showcasing the first of those articles as well as the new side mission upgrades to the campaign. Let's start with a look at Unis, who is the first scenario in the AOA campaign. Really excited about the Gene Traders. I'm also going to pull up the article, the AOA article, just because I don't remember everything that has been said. But okay, so we can hop back and forth between these two. Announcement article: Unis is an unflinchingly loyal servant of Apocalypse. So toughness is a 1/2. Is this big enough? I can zoom in a little bit. Is that better? Pretty sure it was posted intentionally. The website is just being weird. I blame Apocalypse. It 100% is Apocalypse's fault here. 100%. So toughness, the amount of threat on gene pool is at least 369. Dang, Unis is fine. Retaliate when stalwart, amplify icon. Okay, yep. So, and then gene pool was the permanent setup side scheme. After an ally is defeated by thwart anything other than consequence damage, place 3 threat here. That's right. I forgot about that. Agree with theory. Okay, so yeah, so we're starting with 4. It's a permanent side scheme, so it's not leaving. But if we do if we chump block, or if we kill off an ally via non-consequential, we're adding here, which is going to be powering up Unis. Okay, it's all coming back to me. These faceless foes include the Infinite Hunters. Alrighty, okay, so this is a new card for us. Might be frozen thanks to Iceman. Yeah, 100%, that's it. So, okay, 2/3. Oh, when reveal, deal 3 damage to an ally you control. That's mean. That is mean right there. You can't necessarily cancel that either, because there isn't it's not a treachery. Ooh. I'm in Ronin mode right now. Ally Slayer. It is very rude. Plus, this is something that would add to gene pool. And so this is a way that you can reveal this minion and just kill a ally. Because so many allies are sitting there with 3 or less health. Even if you bumped up your health, that's a mean ally, or that's a mean minion. That's a very mean minion. Huh. His impersonal counter set, an Infinite Soldier, proper sniper card. That's true. Yeah. It's really interesting. Infinite Soldiers. Okay, so this comes in the Infinites, which I think is where gene pool comes from. Yeah. So we're seeing cards from the Infinites, which I assume is a required mod set for Unis. But here we are. And with the scheme attack to boot. Oh yeah, at 2/3. And he has 4 health, which is annoying. I feel like, well, I'm gonna have to place that bad boy into play. Protection stock's going up. That's true. Hey, Kiosk Beer, how you doing? Yeah, and 4 health is also really annoying because so many things deal 3 damage. That's pretty annoying. It's gonna be tough to beat. Yeah. No, this is a mean card. I wonder how many he has. He only has 14 cards in his set, which includes everything, right? So he has a really thin encounter deck, because you're gonna get 3 copies of Unis. That takes you down to 11. The main scheme, if that's just 1, only 10 cards in the encounter set. So, But Infinite Soldiers comes in the Infinite encounter set. This has guard 1/2. I think we've seen this one before because it's based on the amount of threat. So quick strike, surge, plus 3 hit points. Oof. Don't you mean leadership stock is dropping? Interesting. They gradually gain threat as your allies are defeated. If you let too much threat, then Unis and his soldiers become significantly tougher to deal with. Yeah, that's saying something. That's so very true. Oh my gosh. Okay, and then we've got, naturally, Unis wants to add as much threat to gene pool as possible. The abilities of the rest of his encounter set reflect that. That makes sense. Main scheme. So it looks like he only has 1 stage of his main scheme. Also that, I mean, a Voltron leadership build may not be too terrible, but you also have to make sure that you have at least 4 health on that Voltron target for the entire game until that card is gone. So you can't like use them. Phantom X, maybe if you can pump up his, I don't know. That's tough. That's really tough. So 1 side scheme. So it looks like we're getting 10 cards in Unis's base set. After resolving step 1 of the villain phase, place 1 threat on Gene Pool. Alrighty, so yeah, we're adding threat here and a Gene Pool. That makes sense. AOA will cause villain to love protection more than leadership. Hot take. Calling it now. Calling it now. I like that. I'm down. Not good. Maybe not terrible. Yeah. It is 11 threat. Seeing a 1 scheme deck kind of hurts a little bit as a solo player, but 11 is pretty high, especially when we see Unis. Where's our Unis card? Am I just missing that? Oh, there it is. Unis only has a 1 scheme on his stage 1, so probably maximum he's getting up to 3 if it increases 1. So we're probably going to be fairly okay and fairly well protected against like a surprise advance on our roll down with just a 1 scheme. So I'm pretty happy with that. Check back in 3 or 4 months and we'll see. Okay, I like that. I like adding the threat to Gene Pool. That makes a lot of sense. Adds a bit of threat to Gene Pool. Each villain phase well as prelate sidearm. We've seen this. After he attacks and defeats an ally, place 1 threat on Gene Pool. I doubt I'm going to be blocking with allies very much in this at all. After you make a basic attack against Unis. That's a fun little way to do that, is you have to make a basic attack, and some characters just don't want to do that. Some characters very much want to do that, but probably not chumping too much with against Unis. Gene Pool is place 3 threat. Yeah, if it was 1 threat, that'd be one thing, but yeah. Endless ranks. When defeated, place 3 threats on Gene Pool. Oh, wow, we're gonna want a good chunk of thwarting in this scenario, which is funny because if you have a good chunk of thwarting, we also need the basic attack here. The more of the attachments that I see, the more I like realize how good Sunfire is. Just being able to toss an entire like attachment without meeting the response triggers, it's incredible. So good. This is the new zero tolerance. Yeah, this feels very much like a zero tolerance set, which I love. I'm here for it. Anything to dissuade chump blocking, but not like giving overkill or like that. Creative ways to dissuade chump blocking, I'm here for. I think that's so great. Age of Apocalypse is going to be nuts. That's serious right there. Oh my goodness. Once Gene Pool is sufficiently powered up, watch out for the infinite prelates, a nasty treachery that can pack a real wallop. Uh-oh. When revealed, Unis activates against you. Yikes. I hate that sentence. The amount of threat on Gene Pool is 3. Give him a tough status card. 3, heal 3 damage. 9, give him an additional boost card. Alrighty, so we're just not letting him get to 9. Like that, I think we probably aren't wanting him to get to 6, because then he gets to Stalwart as well. Right? Because at least here, and we had some speculation in the like content creator roundtable that we did, that this 369 abilities may change based on his stage number. Hey Junie, what are you doing? We got a new Marvel Champions article, so we're walking through the new Marvel Champions article and seeing what all is happening there. Glad you're here. Welcome. No, I think with Unis, I'm just not hitting 6. I feel like that's mean. Yeah, I just don't want to hit 6. The Infinites are no joke either. Befitting their name, there are a lot of Infinite soldiers in the Infinite. I'm here for that. I like the high minion modular sets. Infinites, we got 8 cards in the Infinites. We know one of them is this hunting gene Traitors. No wait, sorry, Gene Pool, which is 8 out of 8. So there potentially could be 7 cards in the, or 7 infinite soldiers in the infinite set. Do we look at the endless ranks cards? Not yet. We're not. No. Someone from FFG is about to lose their job. Hit that publish button a bit early. I don't know if they, well, I don't know. I don't know if they did. Could build around rapid response and preps like X gonna give it to you. Nick Fury. Oh yeah, that's interesting. So double-handed justice characters with no ally decks. Heck yeah. Do you think we're ever gonna get a multicolor hero? Usually we get like one per wave. Also, this is a good time to talk about the fact that we just put out a podcast. Villain Theory and I just put out a podcast today over on their channel where we talk about multi-aspect heroes. So that's a fun little tie-in. What'd you say the next game is? Have to pick up a grocery store and don't want to miss much? I think next we're going to go with an Ant-Man Quick Strike build. It's linked right after the Prelate Sidearm. Oh, did I miss? Oh, Endless Ranks. Oh, yes. Plays 3 threat on Gene Pool. Comes in with 4 acceleration icon. This is interesting because I think in like multiplayer, there's a decent shot you just ignore this. It does not scale threat with multiplayer. So in solo, this acceleration icon hurts a lot more than in 4-player. But that 3 threat on Gene Pool, well, I guess if you're playing a 4-player deck, you have a dedicated thwarter who can probably take that 3 threat off of Gene Pool fairly easily. So yeah. Are you gonna make a video about this? Maybe. I don't know. Maybe. I'll publish this just because I know that not everyone can join the live stream, but I'll publish this and we can talk about this. But it depends on how in depth the article is. I may do a video closer to AOA which incorporates this article. Fun podcast too. I think it's a good to be back. Yeah. Oh yeah, we did look at that. The infants are no joke. 5 of them. Okay, I should have just kept reading. With so many soldiers in the deck and Gene Pool powering them up, the heroes can be easily overwhelmed if they don't stay on top of things. Of course, the infinites won't simply sit idle during all of this. Unis will be strengthening with genetic experiments. So this comes from the Unis set. Attached to a infinite minion. Otherwise, this card gains surge. They get +2 hit points. When the attached minion is defeated, place 2 threat on Gene Pool. Oh my, I like this. I like all the symbiotic stuff that's happening inside and to manipulate Gene Pool. What stickers do I use for my cards? There's a, it's, my green screen is taking away the green sticker. That's really funny. It's just like a little black hole right there. Maybe it won't do blue though. So it's like I think it's a 1/4 inch color round sticker. But I like I like how everything is throwing threat on Gene Pool. That's interesting. Who is this dude? Does anyone know who this character is? Because they look a little crazy. I don't like Oh, that's Dark Beast. Really? Okay. Oh, that's not what I wanted to look at. Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, I can see that. Leroy, cool, thank you. That's Dark Beast, which we know is going to be a villain in this new expansion. So that's cool. And unrelenting missions of culling the weak. So this is infinite. So we got 5 soldiers and the infinites. We got the Gene Pool, and I'm guessing we get 2 copies of culling the weak. Place 4 threat on Gene Pool. Oh my gosh. Ugh, gross. Wow, we got a, that's interesting. It'll be also really fun to play with infinites in other mod sets or in other villains, because I think that like there's a huge symbiotic relationship here with Unis, but I do believe that infinites is enough to stand on its own in other villains, so that'll be fun. Dark Beast is a scientist, but he hasn't discovered shirts. Yeah, I mean, if I look like that, I don't know how often I'd be rocking a shirt. This scenario is ridiculous already. Clothes hinder science. It's true though. I read that. I think there was a study. There's an article done on that. Yeah. No, yeah, this is pretty sweet. This is pretty sweet. Between Unis and the Infinites, the heroes will have their hands full. However, the Age of Apocalypse is a worldwide threat. The tyrants, other prelates won't just sit and wait for you to be done with Unis before wreaking havoc. So this sounds very, very, very like deeper within, or deeper in the what am I trying to say? Deeper in the campaign than what we've seen kind of in the past. So it sounds like we're going to be affecting campaigns through the individual missions, which is kind of cool. When does the next box release again? I believe it is like kind of right at the end of March. I think it's like March 29th. So it's effectively the beginning of April. The scientist who wrote the article was shirtless, so he might be biased. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm here for this. I'm here for this. This will be a really fun scenario. Mission start. As we briefly covered when we first announced Age of Apocalypse, side missions are the new mechanic that is unique to this campaign, but they're handled a bit differently than from normal Marvel Champions gameplay. I love that. Okay, cool. So let's begin how they work. So we have a villain play area, then a mission area. Interesting. So this is the gimmick for AOA. Interesting. Do you think we're gonna get a Magneto hero instead of Beast since he was in an Iceman card? I think it's gonna be Beast. I think it's gonna be Beast. What do y'all think? I think Beast is probably the one that we're gonna go get hit with. Whenever you set up a scenario in the AOA campaign, you'll also include a mission area off to the side. I'm gonna have to buy more buy the same token stuff. I'm gonna need, should be Beast. I'm thinking it's gonna be Beast. Yeah, I'm gonna need another side thing for a mission area for for buy the same token. I looked at the buy the same token, like the city skyline. That has gone up way in price. That's crazy. Okay. When you set up a mission area, you select a random mission side scheme from the 4 available options. The 5th mission side scheme is specifically reserved for the campaign's last scenario. Okay. I was like, that's weird. Okay. You'll choose a random overseer minion such as Mr. Sinister. Ooh, okay. Mr. Sinister cannot scheme or attack, 5 health per player, cannot take damage while another minion is at the mission. Players cannot assign cards with the same resource icon to more than one ally each mission attempt. I don't think I understand that quite yet. Beast is the only one missing from the OG team. Yeah, I want Beast in every Marvel game, and I'm almost always let down. This game won't be any different. Oh, okay. Also, Victory 5. So I wonder if we're gonna play with victory points here. I wonder if we're gonna bring in play with victory points again. So we don't. I think the article will tell us. The Shadow King. Ooh, he looks mean. So no scheme, no attack 5 again. Victory 5. Same thing. After you discard cards, place 2 threat on the mission side scheme for each mental resource discarded. Interesting. Okay. Or Sugarman. We've seen Sugarman before. So you can't take damage after you discard cards. Heal 3 damage. I wonder if they're going to be making us discard cards over at the mission. Interesting. Each mission side scheme has the same amount of threat that must be removed to defeat it, 5 per player, but how you go about doing it is what set these schemes apart. Unlike most other schemes in the game, your hero can't touch mission side schemes. The only way to remove threat from these scenes is to send your allies off to the mission area. You can use the mission team support to help pay for these allies. We've seen this. So exhaust mission team to reduce the next cost of the ally played to the mission by 2 or make a mission attempt. Alrighty. And then cannot be discarded, and the first player gains control of it. And you can have any number of allies in the mission area at any given time. As a reminder, allies in the mission area don't count towards your ally limit. Okay, that's good. You can attach upgrades to allies in the mission area, but keep in mind that these allies have their printed text box blanked out as long as they're in the mission area. Interesting. Anyone know how long buy the same token takes to deliver? My order shipped a week ago, but there's no tracking. They are in the UK, and so if you are in the US, I think it usually takes like 2 weeks or so. Mission attempts in progress. Oh, this is crazy. This is like a whole mini game here. Okay. Once you've built up a solid fighting force, you can use mission team to make a mission attempt. When you do so, you discard a card from the top of your deck for each ally at the mission, including allies played there for other players. Most overseers, you discard a card from the top of your deck. Okay. Most overseer minions have a mission response that is triggered at this point. For example, Sugarman heals 3 damage for each physical discarded. Is it printed physical, or does wild also count? Nope. Wild seems to count as well here. Just got an order and it took almost a month. All right. Yeah, that sounds about right. Okay. If any resource icon matches the resource icon on the card assigned to it, that ally participates in the mission attempt. Wild resource icons can count as any type, which means they can match any resource on the ally's assigned card and vice versa. Alrighty. So your signature allies are probably going to be a little bit higher priority to send on your missions here. Ready tokens are the best investment. Yeah, 100% agree with you there. I ordered right after Christmas on probably, yeah, shipping is crazy. Next, you deal damage to enemies at the mission equal to the combined total of attack of all participating allies, divided as you choose. You deal damage to enemies one at a time, which is important since you can't damage the overseeing minion until all the other minions at the mission are defeated. For example, in the diagram above, Randall, X-23, and Morrow. Yeah. I was like, are they going to give us a new ally here? But no, we've seen all these allies. Have a combined total attack of 6. That means that they have 6 damage to distribute among enemies at the mission. If an Agent of Apocalypse, 2/2/3 guard, when revealed, choose to either add Agent of Apocalypse to the mission area or it activates against you. Ooh. Nice. That's fun. Deal 1 damage to an ally at the mission. Give the activating enemy an additional boost card as a boost effect. We got 4 of these Agents of Apocalypse, or Age of Apocalypse. That's cool. Okay. Huh. Interesting. We're at the mission. They would have to assign the 3 damage to it first before they could deal any remaining damage to Sugar Man. Huh. Once all the damage has been dealt, you then remove threat from the mission size game equal to the combined total thwart of all participating allies. Okay, so you're attacking the Overseer minion with the attack stat and then removing threat regardless of, well, all of these say that you can't remove threat, right? Oh no, it can't take damage. Oh, Mr. Sinister is mean then. You can't assign cards with the same resource icon to more than one ally each mission attempt? Oh wait, can you to a different ally at the mission? Okay, yeah. Combined to total thwart of all participating allies. In the example above, Randall, X-23, and Mara have combined thwart to 4, so thwart threat would be removed from evacuate survivors, which we've seen before. Do you resolve a mission attempt, place 1 attempt here, and deal 1 damage to each ally at the mission. This also sounds like it will proc Gene Pool, which is scary and sad and yikes. Keep in mind that even if you remove the last threat from the scheme, you'll have to defeat the Overseer minion before you can complete the mission. So make sure you send allies with a good mix of attack and thwart. This is a huge change to the game. There's a lot going on here. This is cool. This is especially important because you only get 4 attempts to defeat the mission in each game. If you haven't succeeded after your 4th attempt, you take a mission-specific penalty and lose all player cards in the mission area for the rest of the game. Wow. Global logistics. Wait until I see the rewards. Oh, I'm pumped now. But I mean, like, global logistics, being able to manipulate the top card of that deck, or like manipulate the cards to show what you're sending. I feel like there's like scrying is good here. Scrying is very, very decent here. Or just building into one, like, yeah, like your single resource, your single icon resource builds start getting really good for these missions as well. Because like if you run like a Yarn build and you're just going all physical, then you can hit it fairly well. Okay, defeating mission side schemes can be challenging, but the rewards are worth it. For example, evacuate survivors lets you find... So this is finished. After you flip to this side, remove each card in the mission area from the game. So, wow, okay. So if the mission was not defeated, deal each player a face down encounter card. If the mission was defeated, each player searches their deck and discard pile for 1 card and adds it to their hand. That's nice, but we lose all of those allies regardless, right? When defeated, shuffle each player card. Okay, never mind. Just kidding. We shuffle each player card at the mission into the deck, and then we flip this over. So we're discarding, or we're removing all the cards from the game. Okay. While the Find Lost Mutants, after you flip to this side, remove each card in the mission area, and if it was not defeated, discards a card from their hand. But if it was defeated, each player adds 1 set-aside campaign ally to their hand. Ooh, okay. I hope we better get this. Let you gain Destiny, Blink, Morph, or X-Man. Ooh, okay. So Destiny, 4 cost 3/1. After Destiny enters your hand, remove 2 threats from the main scheme. That's a really cool response. Find Lost Mutants, you add it to your hand. Destiny comes into your hand, you get to remove 2 threat, and then that's a really interesting response. I think when entering hand is a really cool thing to do. Really, like, that's fun. So 3/1, 3/4. She is basic, so power on all of us pays for this, so that's nice. Next up, we got Blink. After Blink enters your hand, deal 2 damage to the villain. I'm surprised that that is not scaled different. Domino vibes, yeah, definitely. So Blink, 4, 2, 2, 3, 2 damage. I mean, I feel like Destiny is better here, right? So you don't have to pay for her to remove 2. Correct. Yeah, once she enters your hand, you remove 2 threat from the main scheme. So, and then you can play her and you have the ally, but it's also like she's a 4 cost card, wild resource. So like, I think there's a real strategy to just not playing her, and you can just use her as a wild resource and just cycle her back into your hand, and every single time you draw her, you remove 2 threat from the main scheme. Start a game 2 starting hand. I actually don't know if you could get that. Deck or discard pile as a campaign ally. Completed missions will grant rewards for the rest of the campaign as well. Yes. So I don't think response windows are open during setup. So like we talked about that with Digging Deep and Venom. So Digging Deep and Venom do not work with his setup ability. So I'm guessing that during the mulligan, this response window is not open. Do you have to do a mission thing every battle? Yes. For the campaign, it sounds like yes, you do. This particular effect is very good with Magic. Oh yeah, because you can put a card on the top of your deck, draw it, swap it back. Same thing with Domino. Yeah, no, that's really cool. That's really cool. Gandalf from Lord of the Rings also loves this. This is that's fun. That's really interesting. I like that they are basic campaign like Venom. Yep. So is Venom basic campaign, or is he just basic? Like, can I play Destiny outside of the campaign? I don't think I can, but I can play Venom outside of the campaign. Morph, 4, 2, 2, 2. After Morph enters your hand, confuse the villain. Woo! I think he's just basic. I think he is just basic as well. But he in the campaign rulebook, it says you cannot play with him because of how it works. This is hype. This is crazy. Confuse the villain after Morph enters your hand. 2, 2, 3, wild resource. I mean, it also kind of it creates a timing decision, because are you going to use Morph as a resource if you have less than 10 cards in your deck? Probably. Or if you're like plus 10 cards, you can play Morph, use him, block with him, put him in the discard pile, get him back in the reshuffle. I think the key thing here is making sure that you have these allies in your reshuffle. Oh, he is basic campaign. Oh, okay. Yeah, I got you, Jester. Yep. And then I guess this one's stun. No. X-Man, 1, 3, 3. After X-Man enters your hand, give your identity a tough status card. Cool. So that's actually pretty interesting, because Morph does not work against stalwart villains, whereas X-Man does. Right? You're hitting yourself with a tough status card. Really interesting, and I feel like each one of these is decently pickable. Just initially, Morph seems really good, especially without, or like, it kind of depends on how many stalwart we're gonna see, but Morph seems pretty decent. Confusing that villain, yeah, that's awesome. As a handy campaign ally, completed missions will grant rewards for the rest of the campaign as well. So we've only seen evacuate survivors. Mission was defeated. Each player touches the hand from discard pile for 1 card and adds it to their hand, representing how your allies' efforts are gradually tipping the battles of the scale in the fight against Apocalypse. So I'm guessing, do you get X-Man for the rest of the campaign if you complete Find Lost Mutants? It sounds like yes, but that means that Evacuate Survivors probably comes with another benefit. Now my mind is racing trying to brainstorm ways to cheat things into your hand, right? Yeah, right? Ooh. I think the campaign rewards outside of the game really matter because currently the game rewards aren't worth the effort. The campaign rewards outside of the game really matter. I see what you're saying. Yeah. The battle has just begun. Unis and his infinites are formidable foes, but they merely prelude the dangers yet to come. Look forward to more featurettes on the remaining Age of Apocalypse scenario in the coming weeks. Okay, so that's kind of exciting. So it sounds like we're going to be getting more of these like kind of mini articles as we come closer. That's fun. So probably what I will do, my initial gut reaction is that this will be really fun if we can do a live stream like this, and then once we kind of get all of the articles, I do a video at that point. That was really fun. That's really cool. I'm really happy with this article. It's fun. It gives us a little bit more of a snapshot into what's going on. Good stuff. Good stuff. Re of a deck. Nice. Cool. What are y'all thinking about this? What's our thoughts around here? Spider-Woman looks at top cards. That's yep. Spider-Woman looks at top cards. Starler can swap cards. Is there anything that like Magic, of course, is going to be really good at it. Feels like Magic is going to be really good against this campaign, which makes sense that she's coming in the box. That's pretty cool. There's a lot of really cool stuff here. I'm really happy with this. That's fun. I'm intrigued. I think it's kind of funny that allies get punished hard in the first scenario, but you're going to need them especially to send on missions. Well, I also wonder if like they're trying to push you to the mission side scheme. So if you run an Unis, if you run all of your allies to the mission, Unis is not really attacking, I don't think. Maybe? Or like you probably want to be running protection. I mean, he's swinging at you for 2. So I'm guessing he's going to probably be a pretty beefy villain. So I could see this being... Yeah, I feel like protection, and then you throw like just a ton of your allies over to the mission side scheme. That's cool. I just like more articles. This is always a lull time of year for champions, so I like more teaser content. 100% agree with you there, Jester. Yeah, totally agree. Totally agree. This is fun. Yeah, no, I'm really happy with this article. This is nice little bite-sized article, but like we get more and we understand what's going on now. The missions also discourage rush, that is very true. Yeah, because you want to be able to clear these mission rules. Is there a way that we can see that mission rule card? Let me see if I can do some magic. Not really. Players cannot... Is there a mission rule? Am I just missing? Doesn't look like they give us the mission rules yet. It's really blurry. Zoom enhance. Do it. Really enjoyed the extra look here. Yeah. Dang. I think it's just recapping what they say in the article. Yeah, that makes sense. Sweet. Well, that was fun. Yeah. I'm going to go to the Be Right Back. I'm going to get the table set up for our next game, which is going to be the Quick Strike Ant-Man deck that I did for the whatever you call it. Deck Factory. Wow. Forgot that. Like, players cannot thwart the mission size scheme. It's in the first line. Yep. Oh, yeah. Yeah. So, very cool article. Really excited about that. I'm going to go to Be Right Back, and we're going to play some more champions. This is a good day. Excellent day. See y'all soon.